Also a fan of Predator. I know, it's crazy. I like other things besides just Godzilla. Isn't that wild? But something as, I've come to a realization as of late. Predator has a problem. Kind of has had a problem for a while now. I recently just watched Prey, the 2022 movie, for the first time. And I personally am not a fan. I don't think it's very good. I'm gonna make a separate video about that movie some other time, maybe next week, I don't know. But it's led me down this road, this train of thought, where I've realized what my problem with this franchise is. This franchise has a lack of direction, really. It's kind of all over the place, all at once. You know, there's never really been any direct sequels, I guess, to certain movies. Like the first Predator, you know, we never saw Dutch, Arnold Schwarzenegger, again. After that, we've never seen any of the characters from Predator 2, like Harrigan. Very little from the previous movies has actually been relevant, aside from, you know, the whole, oh, this happened thing, this is what this creature is, you know? But I mean, aside from that, just the basic information that it's canon to the same universe, it's very, what's the word, disconjointed? I don't know. Everything's just so separate. All the movies, at least. I'm not really big into the comics. I'm thinking about getting into them, but aside from that, the only other outside media aside from the movies I've really been into are some of the games, I guess. A couple mobile games, the Xbox 360 Alien vs. Predator game, and Predator Hunting Grounds, which, by the way, Predator Hunting Grounds, while this franchise had, like, no direction and no sense of a coherent story, Predator Hunting Grounds kind of fixed that. For those of you who don't know, Predator Hunting Grounds is a game, and it's kind of like Dead by Daylight but Predator, which immediately makes it better. The main premise of the game is 4 fireteam members versus 1 predator, or they're at least trying to do their job while surviving any predator attacks, you know, plus they're killing, like, hostile NPCs and stuff. Basically, it's just a Predator movie simulator, I guess. Now, this Predator movie simulator, it doesn't have a campaign, which is unfortunate, but it does still tell a story. It has these audio tapes that you can collect from doing certain things. I'm not sure what. I don't know how you get them, actually. I should look into that, shouldn't I? But you can get them, and they tell a coherent story. They basically are from the points of views of, I forget his first name, but Keyes, the son of the other Keyes in Predator 2. From the perspective of Dutch as well. He has his own tapes from the first movie, obviously, Arnold. And there's a little collection of tapes about an interview with Isabel from the movie Predators from 2010. So, what these tapes do is essentially, they put the world together. They make it all one big story, which is a good thing. That kind of fixes my problem that I have, so I should talk about that too. But another problem I have is Predator doesn't seem to know what to do, and that's because of the lack of direction. Most of the time, Predator is just doing, you know, Predator arrives on Earth, humans fight it. The end, right? Like, that's what the first Predator was, that's what Predator 2 was, that's what Prey was. We've seen that 3 times now, and that's basically it. That's like the main go-to story. And while that can be cool, I'm kind of sick of it. Like, I don't care about putting the Predator in, like, different past time zones. I could not care less about that. I know a lot of people find that cool, how they did that in Prey, like, you know, instead of coming to the modern world, the Predator was fighting a bunch of Native Americans and French hunters or trappers, whatever they were. People loved that, but I could not care less. I just want a coherent story. I want a, you know, beginning, middle, and end. I don't want just a bunch of spread out, separate conflicts and stories that need to be pieced together by one video game making a bunch of tapes. What Predator as a franchise needs is to find itself. It needs to find out what it even wants to be or what it wants to do. We've seen 2 different movies where they've done something very different, and this is excluding Alien vs. Predator, by the way. But we've seen 2 different movies where they tried doing something different, and those 2 movies are Predators 2010 and The Predator. Now, Predators, I think, is pretty good. It's my personal favorite Predator movie. I enjoyed that a lot. I like the concept. I like what they did with it. I like the fact that it was so different. But The Predator, it tried to do something different, like I said, but it doesn't really work because the movie sucks, which is unfortunate because I thought the ideas that they presented were interesting enough to tell a compelling story, right? It's just that everything else about the movie was really stupid. And as for Predators, until Predator Hunting Grounds came out, as far as I'm aware, we never really got a follow-up to that movie. Like, there was never a direct sequel, which kinda sucks. I mean, and I'm sure that there might be some obscure book or comic out there that, you know, explains away what happened to Royce and Isabel, right? But that's not what I want. I want a big budget Hollywood movie on the big screen. I don't want just more books to have to go and buy and read. I don't want more comics that I also have to go buy and read just to fill in some gaps in a story. I want to see it all played out on screen from beginning to end. That is what this franchise as a whole really needs. It just needs a beginning, middle, and end. And for some reason, it really struggles with doing that. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why this is so hard for the franchise to do, but it's frustrating. It really is. I just think that maybe if they got a single director, or at least they got different directors with similar visions, right? Similar ideas, and they all locked in, that they could do something really interesting with this franchise. Or maybe if they made a direct follow-up to the story that Predator Hunting Grounds had introduced, that would be cool. Like, me personally, I want to see a movie where they obviously bring back Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch. I would love to see that. And maybe have Keyes in as a returning character, right? Have him and Keyes go around trying to stop this alien threat, just like they were in the tapes in the game. And hey, you know, maybe because Isabel, she said that she wasn't interested in helping them fight off the Yautja, right? She said that she just wanted to go home and go on with her life, right? But hey, maybe she has a change of heart. Who knows? Maybe she comes and joins them, right? Like, that's 3 different characters from 3 different movies who could be in different backgrounds, all connected, thanks to, you know, this game, thanks to a story that one movie could tell, right? That is all I want. I just want some connections to be made, which is thankfully, again, what Hunting Grounds gave me, but I want it on the big screen. I don't want it just on a little screen. I don't want just a game about it. I want it on the big screen. I want a movie. I want big budget Hollywood stuff. I don't want a sequel to Prey. I don't care about what the Predators were doing on Earth 100 or so years ago. I don't care. I just want to see what they're doing now and how the XOWLF is going to take care of them. I want to see that play out. I want to see Dutch get his payback for Cleopatra coming in and kicking his ass and his teams. It's like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a sequel to Prey. I don't want to see a sequel to The Predator, which is thankfully probably not going to happen. I just want to see Predator Hunting Grounds get, a continuation on the big screen, which I know that's probably never going to happen because, I mean, it's a game, you know, you kind of got to rely on this game and these obscure audio tapes to be caught up on the story, right? Like, if you don't play the game, if you don't know about those tapes, you're kind of lost. So I know it's probably never going to happen, but a man can dream, can't he? But at the end of the day, all I want to know what humanity is doing right here, right now, in the modern day to stop this threat. That's what I want to know. I don't care about 100 years ago. I don't care about prequels. None of that. I just want to know how we're stopping the threat now. That's it. After you finish that up, then maybe you can worry about prequels or whatever. I don't know. After that, I don't really care. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of this lack of direction, this lack of really a story, to be honest. So yeah, I'll be posting a review about Prey here, maybe, again, like I said, maybe next week. I've already got the script about halfway done. But yeah, that's my little, I wouldn't call it a rant. I'm not really doing an angry rant right now. I'm more so just kind of expressing my feelings, but I don't know. Those are my thoughts on the current state of the Predator franchise. Do you agree with me? Am I totally wrong? I don't know. Should I get into the comics? Is there anything promising there, or is it just like, you know, more of the same? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious.